Man, let me ask you something real quick. What happens when one of the most iconic, most aggressive, most flex-worthy SUVs on the planet decides it's time to evolve without losing its soul? Yeah, you already know where I'm going with this. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG G63 is coming, and honestly, this thing isn't just an up-to-tits statement. This is Mercedes basically saying, we built the king, and now we're making sure the king survives the future. Now before anybody in the comments loses their mind, relax. No, the G-Wagon isn't turning soft, no, and didn't forget how to make something loud, angry, and intimidating. And no, this isn't some quiet, boring experiment. This is still the G63 we all know, just smarter, stronger, and more future-proof than ever. Think about it. The G-Class has always been that rare vehicle that works in three totally different worlds. You can pull up to a 5-star hotel valet like a boss, crawl up a mountain like a tank, and still gap traffic lights like a muscle car in disguise. That's not normal. That's legendary. And now for 2026, Mercedes-AMG is tightening everything up: the design, the tech, the power delivery, while keeping that boxy, military-inspired attitude untouched. Question for you. Do you think the G-Wagon should ever change? Or should Mercedes keep it exactly the same forever? When you first see the 2026 AMG G63, the vibe is instantly familiar, and that's intentional. Mercedes knows better than to mess with a silhouette that's been iconic for decades. That tall, squared-off shape, still there. That wide, planted stance, still there. That "don't mess with me" presence, oh yeah, still very there. But if you look closer, you'll notice the details are cleaner, sharper, and more modern. The front end looks tighter, more aggressive, and more aerodynamic without screaming about it. The grille still carries that M40, but it feels more refined now, like a tailored suit instead of raw armor. The lighting is where things really step up. The headlights look more advanced, more premium, and more futuristic, while still respecting the classic round-shaped G-Wagon fans love. Mercedes didn't redesign the face, they just gave it better skin. Around the sides, the body lines feel smoother, but the edges are still bold. This isn't some curvy crossover pretending to be tough. This is still a brick. Just a luxury brick with a gym membership. And the rear. Spare tires still mounted. Door still open sideways. That unmistakable G-Class identity is untouched. Question for you. Would you want Mercedes to modernize the G-Wagon more? Or do you like that they're barely touching the design? Now let's talk about what everyone's curious about, and yeah, maybe a little nervous about: the hybrid setup. Because for 2026, Mercedes-AMG is officially stepping into electrification territory with the G63. But let me be very clear about something. This is not Mercedes going full eco mode. This is AMG using hybrid tech the right way to make the G63 faster, smoother, and more responsive, not boring. The heart of the G63 is still very much AMG. You still get that hand-built V8 energy that made this thing famous. The hybrid system isn't replacing the soul, it's enhancing it. Think instant torque off the line. Think smoother power delivery when you're cruising. Think extra punch when you stomp the pedal and expect the world to move out of your way. And the sound. Yeah, AMG knows their audience. They're not muting the G63 into some quiet luxury appliance. That exhaust still talks. It still growls. It still lets people know you're coming from 2 blocks away. If anything, the hybrid system helps tighten things up: quicker throttle response, better balance, and improved efficiency without killing the vibe. Question for you. Are you cool with hybrids if they make cars faster? Or do you think AMG should stay 100% gas forever? One thing people forget about the G63 is that underneath all that luxury and flex, this thing is still a legit off-road beast. And Mercedes didn't forget that either. For 2026, the G63 keeps its serious off-road DNA intact. We're talking real ground clearance, real durability, Real capability, not marketing fluff. Those 3 locking differentials. Still there. That letter frame toughness. Still there. That ability to crawl over rocks like it doesn't care about physics. Still very much alive. But now it's paired with smarter systems. Better traction management. More refined suspension behavior. And smoother transitions between road and trail. Basically, it's easier to drive off-road without dumbing it down. You don't have to be a hardcore off-roader to enjoy it, but if you are, the G63 still respects you. And let's be honest, most G-Wagons will never see real dirt. They'll see parking garages, highways, and luxury neighborhoods. But the fact that it could climb a mountain, that's part of the flex. Question for you, be honest, would you actually take a G63 off-road? Or is this strictly a city monster for you? Slide inside the 2026 G63. And this is where Mercedes really shows off. Because the interior is where tradition meets modern luxury perfectly. You still feel that upright seating position. You still feel like you're commanding the road instead of sinking into it. But everything around you feels more premium, more tech-forward, and more refined. The materials. Top tier. Leather everywhere. Real metal accents. Carbon fiber options if you're feeling spicy. The screens are bigger, sharper, and smoother. The infotainment feels quicker and more intuitive. Voice commands actually work, which is rare. Let's be real. And the ambient lighting. Straight up mood setting. You can make the cabin feel calm, aggressive, futuristic, or straight villain mode at night. Seats are more supportive without being stiff. Long drives feel easier. Short drives still feel special. And yeah, the door still shuts with that iconic G-Wagon click. That sound alone is worth money. Question for you. Do you care more about interior luxury or raw performance when buying something like a G63? Now let's talk money, because nothing about the G63 is cheap. And it's not pretending to be. For 2026, expect the price to climb. Not in a shocking way, but enough to remind you that this is a top-tier luxury performance vehicle. You're paying for heritage. You're paying for engineering. You're paying for exclusivity. And honestly, you're paying for the image too. This isn't just transportation. This is a lifestyle car. And compared to older G63 models, the 2026 version feels more justified. More tech. More refinement. More performance potential. More future-proof. So yeah, it's expensive, but nobody shopping for a G63 is surprised by that. Question for you. Would you rather buy a brand new 2026 G63 or a used older one and save some cash? When you compare the 2026 G63 to past generations, the difference isn't dramatic, it's evolutionary. And honestly, that's exactly what it should be. The old ones were raw, loud, and aggressive. The new one is still all of that. Just smarter. It drives smoother. It feels more controlled. It's easier to live with daily. But it hasn't lost its edge. This isn't growing up without selling out. And that's rare in today's car world. Question for you. Do you think newer performance cars are better than older ones? Or do you miss the raw feel? By the time you step back and look at the 2026 Mercedes-AMG G63 as a whole, it's clear what Mercedes is doing. They're protecting a ledge and while making sure it survives the next decade. This isn't a reinvention. This is a refinement. And if you love the G-Wagon, really love it, this version makes a lot of sense. It's still bold. Still loud. Still unapologetic. Just smarter about how it delivers that energy. And honestly, that's how icons stay relevant. Before we wrap this up, let me say this. If you made it this far, you're clearly a real car person. So do me a favor. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive. Subscribe for more long-form car content like this. And drop your thoughts in the comments, I read them all. Would you buy the 2026 G63? Or is the older one still the real deal for you? Until next time, drive safe, stay loud, and I'll see you in the next one.